All right, Chaz. Old Saybrook's in the New York Times. That's good news. There's also some couple different stories in Connecticut that have to do with cars. One particular car company, and then one that's really odd about if you're driving down the highway, you might have noticed it.
I have not personally seen it yet, but it does not surprise me when I read through the article. It just kind of, so for those who don't know, Connecticut's been doing a lot of work on their highways in case, you haven't been
It's been
out
going
there
on
driving.
my whole life, it feels like, though.
It's been nonstop. We finish one project, we go right into the other. But some Connecticut residents have been seeing purple lights on the highway, and here's why.
The Connecticut Post Facebook post, by the way, has almost 700 reactions, 154 shares. Shout out to Scott Gladstone, who owns all the Verizon wireless shops in London County. He thumbs it up. Just thinking of you, Scott, if you're listening, brother.
There you go.
Connected in a while.
And great piece here by Stephen Good. He's a staff writer for the CT Post. This, especially on Route 9, this was a big part. So up near in the Glastonbury area, if you come across a stretch of purple road lights on Route 3 in Glastonbury or Route 9 in Berlin, don't make an appointment to see an eye doctor. Okay, so I like that they're poking a little fun at it here, but let's see what's actually going on, what's causing this. Some of the lights illuminating those state highways are changing to the wrong color, purple. State Department of Transportation officials said Thursday that they are aware of the issue and that so far it has affected about 100 of the 5,000 lights the agency bought as part of a plan to replace all the current roadway lights on Connecticut's highways with more energy-efficient LEDs, which use 50% less electricity. So maybe Eversource is going to bring our bills down now. So we're saving.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh Morgan, a spokesman for the DOT, said that they became aware of the oddity through a variety of notices from travelers to state police and DOT workers, and that most of the reports center on routes 3 and 9. I can tell you, I used to drive that every day back and forth up into Glastonbury, up Route 9 to Glastonbury. It's busy enough up there. The last thing we do is need people getting distracted with purple lights. So I can only imagine the chaos that's caused.
Well, purple lights were very common in high school or college.
Black lights.
Black lights. Maybe it's because they've legalized marijuana.
Maybe they're trying to keep everybody's eyes a little more toned down, a little less stimulated.
All of a sudden marijuana's legal and they've got purple lights on the streets.
Or is this a secret thing where you need what's that? The black light paint, where you can only see it if the black light shines on it.
Nice at night.
Morgan went on to say that the defective lights manufactured by Equity Brands were produced between June 2017 and June 2019, and usually take about 2 years to turn from blue/white to purple. Morgan said that the state started installing the lights in 2020 and 2021, so the timeline aligns. Now that I didn't really understand, because we were talking about this the other day, and LED lights typically last 20 plus years. It's kind of the point of them. So why does it take 2 years? Why do they go from blue/white to purple?
After 2 years.
After 2 years, right.
Sound like these aren't the best quality lights.
But here's the interesting part. We're not the only state to observe the purple light phenomenon. At least half a dozen states from California to North Carolina have also reported the lighting issue. So we're all buying from the same company and all having the same issues here.
Usually government contracts work that way. You get one company running a monopoly. One of the Facebook comments, Emily Clark says, "Are we turning into a purple state now?" Laugh out loud. I don't know. I don't think so. Evan Hempel on Facebook said, "You couldn't be bothered to include a photo of the purple lights in your article, so beating up CT Post. That would be nice."
I mean,
having a photo.
Show the purple lights, right?
That could be.
That way people know, because now what you're going to have is you're going to have people just driving looking for a purple light instead of paying attention to the road. Show them what it looks like so they can know what to look for.
Obviously, a lot of tax comments on the article too. Somebody wrote, "Just turn off all the lights and people will drive slower." Maybe not the best for safety.
Let's see what kind of comments we had on the actual CT Post article, not just on the Facebook here. But they are going to replace them. So long story short is they're going to...
Who's replacing them? The tax dollars or the company?
Oh, well, I'm gonna leave that one open. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna be our tax dollars in
It
some
doesn't
way or
say in the
another.
post
It doesn't
who's.
say specifically. It said the company stands by their product.
Well, then they should be replacing them. It doesn't sound like they're replacing them if they stand by it.
Yeah. Well, and just the nonchalant way that
Manufactured by Acuity Brands, were produced between June and 17 and June 2019. Take about 2 years to change colors. But so is the company saying? Oh no, the company will replace the lights. It says at the bottom.
oh,
Morgan
okay.
said the company will replace the lights, which cost about $300 a piece at no additional cost. So they're going to replace the lights, not on our dime. I wonder if they're going to be changing out all 5,000. It sounds like, if this is just starting to pop, it's going to be like all the lights at some point.
Right, because they put the lights in over the course of 2 years, so that we've hit the first 100. That was probably 6 months of them working, and so now it's just going to continue to trend. So do they have to do a total recall? We're gonna keep tabs on this and find out what is going on with the purple lights up on the Route 9 corridor and Route 3. But yeah, it caused a spectral shift. I guess that's kind of how they were describing. I'm not really sure what that is, or I guess the way the light reacts off of the lens is what changes it from blue to white. I don't know, but maybe we should work on getting somebody from Equity Brands on the show and hear directly from them.
Yeah, I'd love to have them.
Think we can make a connection there?
Love to have them. What else we got in cars?
What else we got in cars? This was a very interesting one to me because I didn't even know this was a thing until I came across this article. But Tesla is set to open a direct sales location at Mohegan Sun. After years of lobbying Connecticut's legislature for an exemption to a law requiring that cars be sold through licensed dealerships, electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla will begin offering direct-to-consumer sales on sovereign tribal lands at Mohegan Sun. So great job, Mohegan Sun. That's going to be huge for you guys. Byron, you have a Tesla, and you got it down in Florida. What was that experience like? Were you able to go to a Tesla dealership, or did you have to go and order the car? And
Yeah, I've got two now because I bought one and then my wife fell in love, so she bought one. So we did it both ways. My first car in 2020, my first Tesla, I think in 2020, I went to the Waterside Shops in Naples, and they have what they would call a dealership, but it's not like you think of a normal dealership. It's like an Apple store.
Mhm.
You go in there, they got a car or two in the showroom. It's just one or two cars in a showroom. It really just kind of looks like an Apple store, a couple desks with, computers where you can build out a car and ask questions of a sales associate. And then they have two or three cars in the parking lot. This is an outdoor mall, Waterside Shops. So they have two or three cars. When I walked in, my experience was they said, "Hey, do you want to wait we've got a schedule of test drives today, maybe 3-4 hours, we can get you a test drive." I said, "No, I just want to order the car."
Mhm.
I didn't want to test drive it, but I'm a little odd. So not everybody would do that. Not everybody, I've gone to Valenti's here in Connecticut. Shout out to Valenti Auto Mall, and bought a car without test driving it.
Right.
So that's just been my style. I'll kind of read about it online, get some thoughts, and just like, okay, let me go buy. I'm not a big car guy, so that was the experience there. And then they have a distribution center in Fort Myers, a little
Mhm.
north of Naples. So that's where the car actually got shipped and delivered to.
Okay.
And so I went up there and picked it up. We ordered my wife's just online. She had already driven mine. She loved it. Ordered hers just on our phone.
Right.
That's a small down payment for Tesla. It's like $250. They won't even take more money than
Really?
that. It's like you just put down $250 and then you pay the balance when the car comes in. If you're buying it cash, if you were, to get a loan from them, you'd go through the loan process there. But to reserve a brand new car, you just put down $250. You lose that if you don't move forward. They got so much demand, if you don't move forward, it's fine. And so then hers went to the distribution center once it was ready. Same thing, picked it up.
Now, if you would have had the opportunity to walk into a Tesla dealership like this one that they are opening up on the tribal grounds of Mohegan Sun and test drive the car you were physically going to buy, would you have still taken the pass on it, or have you gone, okay, I'm going to drive this one home today?
It was I think most people will.
Yeah.
Want to test drive it. I am just, point A to point B. The reason I got attracted to the Tesla is because I don't want to go get an oil change. I don't want to stop and get gas. Those are
Time wasters.
inconveniences.
Time wasters.
Yeah. I'm not trying to save the planet or anything, although I care about the planet. It's not like a driving motivation for me to get the Tesla. It was, wow, I can just charge at home and not stop and get gas. And oil changes were always the most frustrating. It's like I'd be over on my oil change and I'd have to schedule it, and it'd be like the most everybody's busy, but it'd be like, I'm so busy, I got so many things, and then I'm sitting there for an hour and 15 minutes. And actually, Valenti Auto Mall has good Wi-Fi for any of you guys that use their service. But all right,
I feel you on that.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah. No, and I mean, they go on to say that it's an electrifying milestone in Mohegan Sun's commitment to fostering impactful relationships, promoting environmental sustainability, and offering cutting-edge experiences.
There you go, Mohegan. Get all the buzzwords in.